Hot 97 refuses to pay Ebro, Laura, and Peter Rosenberg.
And they owe us money. They owe us a lot of money, and they don't want to pay us.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
And by the way, that's a union contract.
Yes.
Let's be clear.
So we're dealing with our union.
Yes, that's a union deal. They are going against the union. So,
Laura, I thought you were good.
It's all about unions.
No, I'm not.
Oh, but I thought me and Ebro they're claiming for with cause and not you.
Oh yeah, but when our girl was trying to be like, okay, so what's up with Laura? Crickets.
So and it's not popping. Okay, so yeah, all of us are getting done completely dirty. Someone decided it's bad, and probably bad because, and this is the irony, the one of the rifts was political, and this is the Trump model. When you're big and you have lots of money, you don't pay people, let them sue you. You're not going to play the game with me. Let's work out a deal. I'll give you a few bucks on the dollar. This is what happens. This is the game they want to play. It's the same thing that I'd be dealing with if I try to get out of the rental apartment that I have right now that I'm not sure I want to be in. They own hundreds of buildings. Break the contract. We'll sue you. What are you going to do? They don't care. This is America, baby. We just got America'd. They don't. They want. They know they can beat us out. But that's what they think.
Right.
What's up, word? Your boy Charles Brown back again, talking facts. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe, hit that notification bell. Keep sending those cash shops to CLBMG. Join that membership, and all you buying that merch down below, gang. Listen, that last check, that last check is important, gang. Sometimes those companies will hold that last check. I had a job and I had their uniform. I was working for the airport down in Virginia, and he wouldn't give me my last check until I gave him the uniform. I guess Ebro, Laura, and Peter Rosenberg got to turn their uniform in, or they don't get that last check, gang. This thing cannot get more embarrassing. And sometimes I know that they're being open and honest as a way to farm engagement. They're being truthful and just transparent with their issues with Hot 97. But at some point, it's just embarrassing. This is bad. They're getting refused to get their last payment, which is a considerable amount of money, according to Laura, right? But this is the thing, that these three have been in radio for years. They've been in radio for as long as I can remember, and to get into radio and have to be unceremoniously fired after decades. After holding Hot 97 down for decades. Now, you can't get your last check, and you're on the radio, or not the radio, you're on YouTube, pretty much complaining about it. And I understand this is for content and this, that, and the third, because there's no other reason to say this on the podcast. There's absolutely no other reason other than you want people to engage and have the conversation, like me, to go make videos. What it's going to do is lead people back to the podcast and get more followers and subscribers and this, that, and the third. I understand all that, but it doesn't make it any less lame and any less ridiculous that we are still dragging this thing out. I think they got fired last year sometime, if I'm not mistaken. They opened up that god-awful podcast where they're still sitting at home, this, that, and the third. I said they needed to get a studio. Laura took weeks before she even got in it. She was on vacation, which should have led you to not start the podcast until she got back, but they didn't do that. They started the podcast. She was zooming in from airplanes and airports and Airbnbs and all kind of shit, trying to be a part of the show here and there. So it got off to a rocky start, a slow start, a stumble, if you ask me, because for them to have been in the business so long, to not to have been able to amass a huge following right out the gate, let's just be honest. There are certain people, and not to compare the two, but I have to. When Joe and Jada first announced, the shit went like a skyrocket. Within 2 episodes, that thing was through the roof. 100,000 subscribers, all this. It went crazy, right? If I'm not mistaken. It took Laura and Ebro and Peter Rosenberg a while to get there. Okay, and I still think that the show is still behind the 8 bars where it should be, because when I see what they're doing over there, it's like it's slow butter. Right? People are going there, but they're not really staying there. And it's like all of the viral moments that they're still having, they still go viral, but a lot of them are for the wrong reasons. It's still not translating into a huge audience. So all those years of slaving for another company, a huge corporation, a conglomerate, where the conglomerate can still control your fate and not pay you and make you go to seek litigation. They don't even have the goodwill over there to pick up the phone and say, what's going on? They don't even have that at this point. You've worked all these years for what? To be completely shut out and to be refused payment is weird. It's actually weird. And we get it that Ebro has another job. He works for Apple, and that's good. And at the end of the day, we got to understand that the message is not being relayed well. It's not being relayed well as far as ownership and things of that nature. It's starting to feel like Ebro and the rest of the gang are kind of showing us that they wasted a lot of time up there. They were being corporate guys, company guys, and it didn't really pay off in the end because they're getting treated awful, like regular people, for all the influence and cachet they've built up over the years, the social media presence and all of their names attached to all these viral moments. It almost meant nothing because they're still here online complaining about not being paid, just like a regular guy like me with my uniform. So it's like, what did we learn from this? Like, what was the purpose? What did Ebro do all of that old man Ebro nonsense for if we're still here and they could just say, nah, we're good on paying you? Like, it didn't build anything. Like, it's like Hot 97 not only disowned you, they completely forgot about you. And they've decided you weren't even worth paying your last check. It's insane. Now they got up there, Mero and them, this, that, and the third. Everybody that goes up there saying no disrespect, but it feels like New York again. I don't even know if New York loved these guys, gang. It feels like they did all of that. They spun their wheels and got a whole bunch of nothing. They're not even getting loved by New York. It's almost like they're getting ostracized. They're getting punished for holding that spot for all those years. It's like the people are free of you. They're like, we're good with you. And now it's like Hot 97 is like, you know what? I don't even want to pay their ass. That's how annoyed I am with them. They're like, we're annoyed with what they've been doing lately. They've been trying to come side-eyeing us and making it like we did this, that, and the third against them. Well, if you want to see something against you, let's see how you get when that direct deposit don't hit. Right? End of the day, man, like I don't feel like what happened with them was it wasn't good. Let's just be honest. They did kind of unceremoniously, they did embarrass them. But their numbers were abysmal. They were having awful numbers. Regular YouTubers were getting bigger numbers than they were on YouTube. And they weren't really doing the syndication thing, not like the Breakfast Club. They were some, I guess they might have been in some markets. I don't know. But I do know that they were mostly dependent on their location. They were New York based, and they did a lot of political stuff, and they're still trying to blame it on the political stuff. Bruh, this is not this. Even in this clip, Peter goes into Rosenberg goes into this whole spiel about it's political and it's Trump, We get all that, but that's not this, gang. I think they just feel like they don't need to respect you. You didn't garner enough respect. It feels like you guys pissed off so many people coming and going that they're just like, we're gonna hold these checks up a little bit. End of the day, I feel like we saw Peter and first of all, we saw Rosenberg do a lot of huffing and puffing over this. I've been seeing Rosenberg huff and puff about mistreatment back since Joe Budden turned his back on him. It's always, and now he's upset with who went up to Hot 97 and said it feels like New York. Nori went up there. So it's like everybody, he's counting all of these transgressions and instead of just doing his job and just being good at being a commentary guy, just being a mouthpiece and making the show work. It's like Peter wants to catch all these different instances of where he's getting disrespected once again. He wants to chalk them all up. So he can go the next 10 years doing subliminals and side disses and like, instead of just being a good, be a good at what we're doing now. It's like, I want to chalk all this stuff up. And Ebro, You could tell just by his demeanor, he loves anything that's going to make them viral. So anything good or bad, he encourages the conversation. The little Uzi Vert, all this shit. It's like, oh, this is what we can talk about today? Cool. Right? He's the A mic of the show. So he needs content to keep the show going and to drive the narrative and get them in the zeitgeist as usual. So it feels like whatever they can get going, they're going to keep it. Either responding to somebody, quote unquote, dissing them, right? Or they want to get in on the conversation of other things that are going on, whether it affects them or not. Just that's what you're supposed to do for engagement. But it doesn't feel like, it feels like they want to act like they're not doing that, but they are doing that. They're doing the same clickbait and engagement shit that everybody else is doing. But it feels like they're like, we're above that. We're above reproach. We're just talking about things, and they just, as they come up, we just speak on them. I think you're doing the same shit we're all doing, gang. But I think what turns people off is that you act like you're not. I think that's part of the problem. I think you want to play in the mud, but you want to act like you're above the mud. And I think people kind of like, yo, I don't know about that show. It's going to be honest. It's just a tough watch. You know what I mean? And people on my platform, they hate when I talk about this show because some of the people, when they really love these guys, they love them. And so they feel like I'm attacking them. So it's not that I'm attacking them. I'm just giving my opinion. It's not an attack on Ebro, and some people going to get my comments, yo, why are you always attacking them? I'm not always attacking anybody. I'm just giving my opinion, and this is one of the things I have an opinion on. So at the end of the day, I feel like we just saw some guys blow decades at a station that out of nowhere fired them and won't give them their last check. It's like a raggedy-ass Chick-fil-A or something. It's weird, gang. It's absolutely insane. And then to go online and tell us. Kind of crazy to me. I'm just going to be honest, man. I don't really have nothing else to say. Handle your shit over there, Ebro. Own some shit, man. Stop being a corporate stooge, man. Own some shit. I see you got the platform and this, that, and the third after you shitted on YouTubers for years, right? You clowned them, you were above them, and now you one of us. Welcome. Welcome. But at the end of the day, if you're going to do it right. At the same time, this is what I got to say. If y'all going to have that conversation about Hot 97, then go all the way in. Start naming names, shit on them. Like, do what we do here, gang. You one of us now. Stop tiptoeing and being all nicey, and you don't want to play in the mud, but you still brought the shit up. If you're going to play, then play. That's my advice. If you're going to play, start naming whoever, the Jim Johnson and whoever else was involved in this shit. Tell us what they did behind the scenes. Tell us what's going on up there at Hot 97 and how they on some bullshit. If you really going to play, don't have play. Welcome to YouTube. It is what it is. Man, I'm out here. CLBMG. Let me know what you think in the comments. Head on over to black-yeti.com. Let them know who sent you. They ship all over the continental U.S. All right? Also, every Wednesday night, we go live on the What Show? Me, TJ, and Fliz. Lock in about 9:15, 9:30. All right? We usually do about 2 hours, okay? And the Patreon is up. I'm over 20+ exclusive episodes over there. Plus, I put up all my free Talking Facts stuff on there. So you can pretty much become a free member or one of the tiers above, lock in, and you will see everything that I got going on all on one page. All right, tap in. And last but not least, we got a new video called Peanut Butter Tims, me, TJ, and Fliz. That's right on my channel. Getting the video, getting my search bar and write Peanut Butter Tims or this, that. Watch what we got going on. It's on all our social media. I'm sorry, on all streaming platforms. We got a whole album. It's called The What Project. All right, I'm out of here, man. I'm gonna catch you on that flip side. Peace.
Look, mission impossible to drop a few lines without dropping old times when Southern Hill was still a gold mine. When pistol grips was my shit and I sold mine. When Alias was not a show and they told mine. Elevate your mind with high quality THC infused products. BlackYeti.com. Black-Yeti.com.
CLB.
Get my coat, get my sheepskin, grab my wallet, get my pocket knife, and get that hat right there. We out. Grab my pocket knife too. Let's go. When I first came to the city, niggas didn't believe me. I just wanted to join a team and throw assist pass easily. 6 man off the bench, alley-oop pass freely. Suit up for one game and hope a scout might see me. But nah, niggas is greedy, wasn't rocking with him. Unplugged the scoreboard, put a lock on the gym. Told me to power forward, point guard at the rim. And left me with no center and a ball full of phlegm. Not knowing that I'm a dog, a Rottweiler within, with the heart of a pit bull that don't bark for pretend. My bites cut deep, break the bone and the skin, with the level of hustlenomics you do not comprehend. So first I took a block down on the west side end, and then secured a spot with some goons and some kin, and then sent out some flyers, let the games begin. And in 6 months time, the city like that's him. Oh yeah, he the one that moved the hustle to the burbs. And yeah, he the one that knocked the hustlers off the curb. And yeah, he the one that set up shop without a word. And he the one that got it cracking, and all he did was rapping by the Hooters. I kept killers from being shooters. Put a mic in a thug's hand, now he loyal like Pats fans. Take a man off the streets past the needles and crack cans. Promise mama to keep him safe and put some food in his face, and he'll kill for you. But I don't need him for that. Click like, click share, tell them bitches we back. Share the whole location, tell them niggas where we at. Cause we out here and we ain't the cheese, we the trap.